Alrighty, folks. So today we are going to be using the PokeCharms Trainer Card Builder, so I can showcase some of my favorite Pokemon for you all. How this goes. All right, so we're going to kick off and get this started. Starting off, we have our base here from PokeCharms.com. Shout out, they've been a great utility over the years for things that are like this. We have our blank here. Make sure that we have this good for sharing. So we're going to put down that this is Offline Spider YouTube. Give our trainer name that we regularly go with, which is Off. Now, in particular, I've always been a huge fan of the Legends Arceus style. I know it's not for everybody, but this also gives me an excuse to put in another one of my favorite Pokemon, Damon. Now, I'm wanting to do it like this because kind of the point of today's video is not to showcase legendaries or mythical Pokemon that I'm fans of, but more just things that you could see me running around with on a regular playthrough, because I just think they're nifty. Now, going on down the list here, number one, shouldn't surprise anybody, is going to be Ampharos. Ampharos, overall, has just been my favorite Pokemon for years. I'll always have love for it, and I don't think there's anything that could stop me from not loving it. Unless it commits war crimes, but I don't think that's very likely. Next up, from Generation 8, we have the evolution of Duraludon. Well, I guess Arcaludon would be Gen 9, but originating from Generation 8, Duraludon leading into Arcaludon. I've loved the kind of blocky design without being too rigid. I like that it's organic, and overall, I just think it's got a good typing in the form of Steel Dragon. Sharing it only with Dialga, if I remember right. Moving on down the list here, the Generation 2 Final Evolution starter, Meganium. Now, trust me, I understand it's not great competitively, but I also just like that it's a cute little feller. Love me some Meganium. Meganium, top tier. Alrighty. Then next up, interestingly, is also the inspiration for the name of the channel. And that is going to be Galvantula. I know, 6 legs, not an arachnid, not even technically a spider, but just the fact that it's an electric tarantula brings me some kind of joy, and I think he's a little cute and duder. Then, one that hopefully won't be as controversial for folks, if any of this is controversial at all, is Aegislash. So, story behind Aegislash, growing up I was also kind of a Power Rangers kid, so I liked the idea of, say, fully complete Zygarde, when we eventually got it, is wielding the Aegislash and the shield portion of it, and peak. Just peak. And then at the end, a Pokemon that actually shouldn't be too much of a surprise, because I've got the plush of it right back there behind me, is Dragonair. And then we can go through and we give the nicknames. So, Ampharos, if you've watched any of my playthroughs, I regularly name Meredith if I am lucky enough to find a female one. Arcaludon, I have a tendency to name after the Chrysler Building. Meganium, I really like naming it Tiger because I like the kind of tiger lily motif. The long neck is reflectant of the, now I never remember the term. It's either pistil or stamen that holds the pollen for some of these lily flowers. Galvantula, probably the closest to home one, is just going to be Spider. Aegislash, I have a tendency to name it Arthur, which, honestly, looking back, isn't that creative. But after the tale of King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table and the tales of Merlin and all this fantastic stuff. And then Dragonair usually gets named Cindy, rather, because you can kind of form that one way or the other. Cindy for the one side, or Sin for the other side, or Sid for the other side. But with that completes the more or less basics of the trainer card for Pokecharms. So yeah, let's go drop ourselves into it. Okay, so for this part, when I was initially recording the video, I kind of forgot to turn on my microphone. So what I ended up doing here was I just kind of took the previous drawing that I had made a couple weeks back for a character avatar type of thing, and I more or less just dropped it in. But you guys will see how that ends up looking here in just a second. Otherwise, folks, if you liked this, feel free to go check out Pokecharms, make a trainer card of your own. If you want to see more stuff relatively like this, feel free to leave a comment down below and hit the like button so I know to keep making more of it. If you just want to be up to date on everything that is for this channel, subscribe and hit the notification bell. Otherwise, guys, thank you for following along with another one of these kind of weird offshoot videos, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Bye.